Let's see. Somebody posted a video about Hardrock. It said the future of Opium. I really hope they don't think that he's signed to Opium, because I don't think he is, but he could definitely fit in it. And this is, again, we talked about Destroy Lonely. Hardrock is kind of in this ambient 808 subgenre that Lone birthed or popularized. Maybe Hardrock is getting looked at by Opium. That would definitely boost his clout. Like, I think Hardrock might be one of the top artists in that label in a couple years, if it were to happen. But actually, let me check his Spotify real quick just to see if he's independent or what he's doing. Slutty Dawn was distributed by himself, but let me check the credits. It was, yeah, completely independent. It looks like maybe like a distribution deal or something, an independent one. Is he above 100K monthly? I think so. Yeah, he's 263K. So Hardrock's definitely doing his thing. If he's independent, he's just working up that leverage until he can sign some like Summers did with 10K, getting in the M's. But anyway, future of Opium. Let's see what they got to say.
Underground music.
I think Hardrock got a lot of potential.
Production just keeps getting better and better, and Hardrock is one
better and better.
Of those artists leading that charge. This kid is 18, or he just turned 19. That makes him younger than me or my age. Do you know how fucking absurd that is to me? I genuinely know kids our age that probably can't count to 10, and this kid is getting cosigns from Midwest and Doo-Wop Kane. Fuck it, I'm jealous. He's most known for his singles Feel Alive and Hardcore Drugs. He's added his own twist to that Opium sound, and because of this, he's heavily rumored to join Opium. We'll take a look at this soon. But today, we're going to look at the story.
Okay, so he's going to run off with he's heavily rumored to join Opium. I really don't think so. I think if he were to be, he's too big at this point to join. I think we should all learn a lesson from Sofago. If you already have a large underground fan base, such as Sofago, like, he didn't need Travis. I feel like that wasn't even the best decision. I feel like if he just went off on his own, did like what Yeet did, signed to Interscope or like one of these major, Columbia, Republic, and just did his own thing, used their money to push his brand singularly so that there was no ceiling for him, that would be in his best interest. So I feel like Hardrock, again, he's already at 200 something K monthly listeners on Spotify. I think he's doing solid numbers just organically. Like, he don't need to sign to Opium. I think it would definitely help. It would expedite the process, but it might hurt long term.
Story of where it all began for Hardrock, how he came up in the underground, and see what the future looks like for him. So this is the Hardrock story.
I'ma do some hardcore drugs to see if I'm alive. 'Cause bitch, I'm trying to reset time. I'm trying to reset sky.
It's cool editing.
Hardrock grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. Growing up in Atlanta, his influences were local artists, Young Thug and Future. I can definitely see this. You see cadences of both of them in Hardrock's music. This could.
All right, wait. Let's just skip to the Opium part because I don't want to hear like a whole rundown.
I'ma do some hardcore drugs.
Do some hardcore drugs.
'Cause bitch, I'm trying to reset time. I'm trying to reset sky.
The new wave.
You think Hardrock gonna be the next Wyland and switch to a pop style? Yeah, but the thing is, that new pop sound that he had with Separation, I loved that, man. That was a great song on Slutty Dawn. That actually might have been the only song. Look, this is the only song that I liked on Slutty Dawn. The rest was like super grungy. I understand this one's doing well, but personally, I don't know, man. It just is too grungy for me. I know there's a huge audience for it, but that's just not me. I'm a guy that, you know, I'm in Miami listening to house every night at these clubs. I'm not trying to see pierced nipple men who are disgustingly hairy and sweaty jump and try and tackle me every night. No, I'm just gonna vibe and like, Anyway, back to the video. I keep interrupting.
Of artists that use either these ambient beats or
last thing, I don't know if it'll be a same situation as Wyland, because I don't know if even Wyland, when he signed, was as big as Hardrock. And plus, I don't know, man, I feel like Hardrock already has a bigger organic following than Wyland, and Wyland didn't even just go pop. He went into like synth pop, synth wave. Like, it's it's pop, but it's a little bit niche, you know? It's a little bit weird, if you will, to the average person. It's kind of like The Weeknd on steroids in that sound, where it's very concentrated. So I don't know. And again, Wyland was like kind of a secondary character in Slay World, whereas Hardrock is his own thing. I feel like he's one of the artists. This new wave of artists I actually like a lot because they're kind of independent. They're not all in this like they're not co-mingling together too much. They're developing their own careers.
Sample chop beats, artists like Dom Coolio, Rolling Thrax, Bambly, and most importantly, Hardrock, all fit into that Opium aesthetic. What separates Hardrock from these other artists is his unique approach. Like, for example, Dom Coolio's cool, but he just says the same shit on every song about wearing designer clothes and kicking it with bitches. Like, fuck off. Look at your interview, you loser. And on top of that too, he's you loser. Incredibly derivative from artists that are already signed to Opium. For example, he sounds like Destroy Lonely. Speaking of Dom Coolio,
facts. Hardrock kind of sounds like Destroy Lonely too, but I think he's progressive. Like, I do agree that pop sound that Hardrock does is great. He kind of has like a thug influence too, with the grouchy voice. If I don't know how do you describe it.
Check out this video here where I talk about his come up and if he's a clone to Destroy Lonely or not. Similar thing can be said to pretty much all these other artists. They fit into the Opium aesthetic, but they don't really bring anything new to it. But for Hardrock though, it's...
But I think that everybody fits into the Opium aesthetic because Cardi influenced the whole underground to want to be him. And more than just that, the fans, if you're not on this black Tumblr core Opium aesthetic wave, like, people just won't pay attention to you. They'll think that you're lame. It's just true. You'll get the formula to have a cult like fan base is literally just to steal some fans from the Opium by repping the sound a little bit and their style, and kind of be your own figure. You know, it's like the best artists steal work. Good artists, what is it, like, replicate or something? What there's some saying where the best artists just steal shit. Every artist was always a clone, and then they split off into their own thing. So I feel like that's why they're doing it.
It's different. He has somewhat of a unique approach. Yes, he has very similar vocal cadences to Cardi and Lone, but I'd like to argue he adds his own spin to it. In my opinion, Hardrock would bring a whole new dynamic to Opium, a new approach that taps into their sound already. Not to mention his unique choice of beats. He'll go from sampling Deftones to some loud-ass 808 beats with crazy synths, and then go back to sampling shit like Linkin Park. Also, how the fuck does this cunt get these samples cleared? He's got to be making no money off this shit.
Good artists borrow, great artists steal. Thank you, VR Musa. VR Musa. Yes. So, as I was saying, Hardrock is fire. I don't think he signed to Opium. I don't think it would be in his best interest to sign to Opium. But hey, man, get the bag if you can. I'm not trying to stop anyone's bag. If Opium is going to give you some, although I feel like if you signed to Cardi, he wouldn't give you much because he knows the level of, I don't know, clout that he gives you. He's like, you want to sign to me? Like, you got to give me 50K. It's like a promo deal. It's like marketing. And you got to give up your whole life too. You got to sacrifice a goat in front of us. You got to pledge your allegiance to Satan as well. But yeah, the amount of money you would make off shows in Opium, probably crazy. But again, who knows how much Cardi's going to take off that, just off of his name, because they're there for you, but like subliminally or subconsciously, they're there because they like Cardi, but they can't always see Cardi because he's too rare. So they're gonna buy your ticket. It's facts. People don't want to admit it, but it's facts.